As Croatia is developing, business is key in driving its economy forward. With me now is Zoltán Áldott from INA, the top oil company in the country, to talk about investment opportunities and how to succeed in this market. Zoltán, INA has over 50 years of experience. Tell me, what has been the key to your success?
It is Croatia's leading oil and gas business. It's also strong in the whole former Yugoslavian region, so the so-called Southern Eastern European territories. And it's predominantly accumulated experience in the oil and gas exploration and production, in oil refining and oil product marketing. Our fate has been an experience accumulated was coming from a transformation from a former national oil company and becoming from a national player basically into a regional strong actor who is transacting with, on different markets and extending its presence in the downstream business in the region and in upstream internationally.
How has your company contributed to Croatia's development?
INA is not only the largest industrial company in the country and one of the largest in the region, but at the same time is also the largest investor in the country. Just last year we invested around $350 million into the development of our upstream and downstream businesses, and we set to grow that figure in the future. We are at the same time one of the leading exporters, especially in the branch of crude oil products, to the largest markets surrounding Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, as well as Slovenia, and to the Mediterranean market in general. And at the same time, we are, by nature of the business, one of the largest contributors to tax payments into the country, as well as one of the largest employers into the country. Through the investments, definitely we also gave work to a lot of Croatian and other enterprises through the investment activities.
Well, clearly INA is a leading company when it comes to economic development in Croatia, but what potential is there for future development in the country?
Our business is a vertically integrated oil and gas business. Of course, the investment opportunities differ in the different branches of the business. The leading activity of us and the most significant is the upstream activity, so exploration and production. And although Croatia is a relatively well-explored area, still with new technology, new ideas, new concepts, new partners, there is possibility to do more. So therefore we are focusing on the upstream to run projects which basically on a shorter term and medium term increase our production. At the same time, we also intend to increase our exploration effort. In exploration efforts, basically, we can talk about two important basins. The onshore Croatia, where it's a well-explored area, but new technologies, new ideas can bring new results. And a relatively less explored area, which is the Adriatic Sea, where there is some existing joint production with Italian partners, but still there is possibility to do more.
Can you be more specific about INA's upstream activities in Croatia and abroad?
Today we produce around 40,000 barrels per day oil and gas equivalent. We'd like to increase it significantly, around 20-25% in the next coming years, based on certain projects which we already initiated. So these things are very tangible. These include enhanced oil recovery projects and new gas development projects. There is a good gas and oil market in Croatia and in the region to take this product, so I think this is very feasible. And also applying new technologies, basically which previously were not available, and today they can stimulate more the oil wells, oil fields and so on. We also try to test unconventional potential, although this is still in the infancy in our region. Basically our intention is to grow, besides the already existing portfolio, grow in with new investments, primarily in the Mediterranean region where we have a broader knowledge and a lot of experience, but also potentially in other countries. It could be greenfield exploration activities, it could be also some acquisitions.
Considering your business optimization program, what do you think is the key to surviving an economic crisis?
Commodities, oil and gas, is maybe more resilient than some other sectors to economic crisis or stagnation. It's not immune to it. People have less money to spend to travel on their cars. So therefore we also see a pressure on our top line, which means we cannot grow the revenue so easily. Sometimes even year on year we see some declines. So in those circumstances it's very important to manage the costs of the business. We have been running, in order to achieve objectives of running efficiently, a 3-year cost optimization program, driving out around $400 million from our cost base. It was a very successful and essential program. At the same time, it was also very important to manage our balance sheet, to retain enough financial flexibility. So if even tougher circumstances come or there are some new opportunities, we have enough firepower on the market.
INA also has a very impressive corporate governance structure. What does it involve and why is it so important?
Corporate governance and business structure is very important to be flexible enough and give the right answers in an environment, whether it's tough or good, whatever it can be. Our corporate governance is resembling the member size of the company, very similarly to, let's say, Anglo-Saxon oil and gas businesses. So we have like 3 levels. We have supervisory board, which in our case basically is a body which ensures the representation of the largest shareholders. We have two large shareholders, basically. One is a regional oil and gas grouping called MOL, which owns around 49% of the shares, and the government of Croatia, which has 44% of the shares. Both sending representatives to the supervisory board, and this body selects the management board. The management board you can imagine like a board of directors in Anglo-Saxon terms. So it's a body which is responsible for strategic directions, major projects, selection of lower level executives. And below this, basically there are professionals who we call executive directors, who are responsible for given branch of the business, so upstream, downstream, retail, finance, and they are responsible to run the day-to-day operations. So
finally, looking forward, what are going to be some of the key challenges that INA has to tackle?
The first, as we can call, a bread and butter part of the operation is to continue to be efficient. We don't know how the market competition will develop, so therefore very important that we keep our efficiency to the maximum. We drive out further costs which are not necessary to run the business, and carry out business optimization in our assets. That is number one. The other is, of course, growth. In our business, it's very important that you find the right avenue for those, the right projects. Our growth will be based, as far as we foresee, concentrated on the upstream activity, exploration and production, in Croatia and abroad. And we need to find the right projects there and the right partners there to create value for the shareholders. And of course, at the same time, it's very important to develop the company culturally to be able to tackle new challenges, as it's a freshly transformed business, let's say, from a state-owned, state-managed operation into a market-driven operation.
Zoltán, thank you.
Thank you also to you.